Hello, this is Mrs. Ross, and this is Lesson 25. These are the starred problems. The original lesson was dividing fractions, but of course we're going to go over some other problems here. And the starred problems start on page 177 in your Saxon Course 2 textbook. Let's go ahead and change the color of my pen, and then let's do number 3. So the family reunion was a success as 56 relatives attended. Half of those who attended played in the big game. So let's see, 56 divided by 2, using my handy dandy calculator, is 28. So 28 played in the big game. Big game. However, the number of players on the two teams were not equal since one team only had 10 players. So if 28 total played in the big game and there were 10 on one team, that means there were 28 minus 10 on the other team, so there were 18 on the other team. Now I haven't even looked at the questions yet, but I'm just kind of figuring out what we've got here. So A says how many relatives played in the big game, and we know that from here. So A would be here, it's 28. If one team had 10 players, right? How many players did the other team have? Well, I went ahead and solved that here, 18. And then it said if the teams were rearranged so that the number of players on each team was equal, how many players would be on each team? So if 28 people played and we divide that by 2, we get 14. So if we wanted equal teams, we would have 14 on each team. Number 4, the diameter. Now remember, the diameter is a chord, starts and stops on the circle and goes through the center. Longest chord in the circle is a function of the radius of the circle. So we know that this is a radius and this is a radius, and the whole thing is the diameter, right? Make a function table. So I have one over here that shows the diameters of circles with radii, which is just multiple radius that are 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, and 1 unit long. So if I have a circle with a radius that is 1/4 and 1/4, then my whole diameter is going to be 1/4 plus 1/4, which is 2/4, which is 1/2. Okay, so my diameter is going to be 1/2. All right, and that's what I have to do for each one of these. So 1/2 plus 1/2 is going to be 1 plus 1 is 2, which is 1. We have 3/4 plus 3/4. 3 plus 3 is 6. And then when I reduce this, I get 1 and 2/4, which is 1 and 1/2. And then if the radius is 1, I get 1 plus 1, and the diameter is 2. All right. In the following statement, write the percent as a reduced fraction. This is the first thing we're going to do. Then we're going to diagram the statement. Second thing we're going to do, and answer the questions. Third thing we're going to do. So this has several parts. Jason has read 75%, which is 75 per 100, of the 320 pages in the book. So the first thing I'm supposed to do is reduce this fraction to, or reduce this percent to a reduced fraction, and I get 3/4. This number tells me that I need 4 boxes over here. And I have a total of 320 pages. So let me go ahead and divide 320 by 4 to see what goes in these boxes. 320 divided by 4 equals 80. So each of these boxes has 80. And it says he read 3/4. So he's read this much. He's not read this much. Okay, so how many pages has he read? So 80 plus 80 plus 80, or 3 times 80, which is 240 pages. And then how many pages has he not read? 80. Number 7. How many 3/4 are in 1? So we are going to divide 1 by 3/4. We keep change flip. So I keep my 1, I change this to multiply, I flip this one, and I get 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 3 is 3, which is 1 1/3. How many 3/4 are in 7/8? So 7/8 divided by 3/4. I keep change, flip, keep this, change to multiply, flip this. 7 times 4 is 28. 8 times 3 is, it's gone, 32, sorry. And I think I can reduce this. Are they both divisible by? Let's just divide them by 2 because for some reason it's not coming to my brain. So that's 14 and this is 16. Okay, so we can divide them by 2 again. We probably could have divided them by 4 originally. So that's 7 and that's 8. How is that right? Ah, it's just another, okay. What did I do wrong? That's 24. That's what I did wrong. See, Mrs. Ross does stuff wrong too. So this is all wrong. I hope you didn't write that down. Sorry. Okay, 8 times 3 is 24, not 32. Don't know where I got that. So my answer is 28 over 24. 24 goes into 28. I was wondering, that did not look up. What's going on? 24. 4 over 24, which if I divide by 4 is equal to 1 1/6. That looks more like it to me. Okay, write 84 and 210 as products of prime numbers and then reduce it. Okay, so let's do 84 is 2 times 42, which is 6 times 7, which is 2 times 3. So I have 2, 2, 3, and 7. So 84 is 2 times 2 times 3 times 7. And then I have 210, so I have 21 and 10, which is 2 and 5. This is 7 and 3. So I have 210 is 2 times 3 times 5 times 7. Now if these are over one another, I can cancel them out. Like the 2's cancel out, the 3's cancel out, and the 7's cancel out. So I end up with 2 over 5, which is my reduced fraction. Number 12a, the prime factorization of 40 is 2 cubed times 5. Write the prime factorization of 640 using exponents. Good gravy. Okay, so 640, it's probably 80 times 8, which is 2 times 4, which is 2 times 2. This is 8 times 10, which is 2 times 5. And this is 4 times 2, which is 2 times 2. So now that I have all of this, it says it wants me to use exponents. So I have 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 2's and 1 5. All right, 13. Write 2 and 2/3. That's what this is. And 2 and 1/4 as improper fractions. So this is my first step. And then my second step is to find the product. So if I'm going to find improper fractions, I'm going to do the popcorn method, where I multiply and then add. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. And then here I'm going to do the popcorn as well. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9 over 4. And then I'm going to multiply these. So I get 8 times 9 is 72. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 into 72 is 6. All right, so this looks kind of hard. It's sometimes a little bit difficult, but this is 1 7/12 plus y is equal to 3. So to find out what y is, I have to do the opposite, which is subtract. And I have to subtract here. So this goes away. My y is going to come down. My equals is going to come down. And here what I'm going to have to do is borrow, because there's nothing here. So I have to borrow 1. And my 1 is going to be in the form of 12 over 12. So 12 minus 7 is 5. 2 minus 1 is 1. And that's my answer. All right, here I have 3/4 times 5/9 times 8/15. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to reduce this ahead of time. So let me change the color that I'm using. Let's see if I can do that. 5 goes into 5 once, goes into 15 3 times. So I end up with 3/4 times 1/9 times 8/3. Let me change the color again. Whoa, where'd he go? There he is. So here I have 3 goes into 3 once, goes into 3 once. So I have 1/4 times 1/9 times 8 over 1. And I think the last one I can do is the 8 and the 4. So let me change colors one more time. So 4 goes into 4 once, goes into 8 twice, and I end up with 1 over 1 times 1 over 9 times 2 over 1, which is going to give me 2/9. Now you could have multiplied all of this out just like this, and then reduced afterwards if you wanted to. Okay, 4/5 divided by 2 over 1. I change, flip, keep the 4/5, change to multiply, and flip to 1/2. So I have 4 times 1 is 4, 5 times 2 is 10, divide by 2, divide by 2, 2/5. Let me change colors here. 8/5 divided by 6/5. So I'm going to change, flip. 8/5 times 5/6. 8 times 5 is 40. 5 times 6 is 30. And that's going to give me 1 1/3. Okay, 24, I have 3/7 divided by 5/6. I'm going to change, flip. 3/7 times 6/5 is 3 times 6 is 18. 7 times 5 is 35. I don't think anything can go into that, so I'm just going to call that. 26 in the division, 5 over 1 divided by 3/5. Instead of dividing 5 by 3/5, we can answer by multiplying 5 by what number? Well, when we change, flip, 5 over 1, we multiply by 3/5, which is what they're asking for. We multiply by the reciprocal when we flip it. And then last question, which negative integer? So if I'm looking at a number line, we have 1, 2, 3, this is 0, -1, -2, -3. So we're looking at this side, right? Is the opposite of the third prime number. So the third prime number, so 1 is nothing, 2 is prime, 3 is prime, that's 1, 2, 4 is not prime, 5 is prime. So the opposite of the third prime number is going to be -5. All right, that's it for lesson 25. If you have any questions, please let me know. Have a great day.